So,
after the last BBB, that's the victory fisting out the way. You join us now in sweltering heat. I don't know if you can see the beads of sweat on our faces and heads. We're going to do it again.
we are indeed. And this time, on the back of the success of last time, we thought we'd ramp it up a bit, bring a bit of exotica, bring a bit
of class.
Yeah, a bit of class.
A bit of sex.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do the BBB Italia.
The Budget Bike Battle! Italia.
So this time around, we've given ourselves £5,000. Now, a few of you are going to be like, oh my God, £5,000 is quite a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but the philosophy behind this is, A, there's not much good stuff out there for under £5,000, particularly Gucci Italian stuff. So the philosophy is buy it for £5,000 and you can run it for a couple of years and either sell it for £5,000 or maybe even more than £5,000. So we're going to try and look after these bikes almost as investable classics, I think, in a classy, elegant way.
Exactly. Now, obviously we learned a few lessons last time with the S-Rad and the 7R. We want to buy a bike that's good to go. We want to buy a bike that can travel, and we are not spending 3 times its value in parts trying to fix it. And like you said, it's more of an investment than just another random classic. We hope. We hope.
I mean, we're still going to play the roulette game of, is the engine going to blow up? Is it not? Who knows? But that's what we're going to find out. And hopefully yours blows up. Actually, no, I don't want it to blow up. I just want to win. Again.
I'm going to win.
I'm going to win.
I'm going to win.
I already know, I think, what I'm looking for. In fact, why don't we go and look on eBay right now?
Let's do it.
The one with the gold, that one?
Yes. Yeah. £7,000. 8.
I'm going to look on my laptop, you carry on.
998. 999 is looking favourable.
I know exactly what I want. 6,000. And mine begins with MV. And ends in a fireball.
See, just a few years ago, you could buy a Benelli Tornado, a brand new one, for £5,000. £5,000 for a brand new bike.
Mate, I'm really struggling for £5,000.
Let's go to 6.
Okay. Do people even, can you fix MV Augustas, or are they just ridiculous?
Can you fix them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are there bits?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're just saying that. Hang on. Hang on. It's another spares or repair job with no MOT, but it is £6,200.
Non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a dolcino d'amor.
Buongiorno. So say hello to this. This is my baby. This is a 2004 Ducati 999S Mono. I'll just leave that little bit in there. Mono. Slightly rarer than the S model. I paid £6,200 for this. He wouldn't budge any lower than that. Bought it from a guy called Gio in South London. He has a 1098R in his living room, so that gives you some idea of how well he looked after this bike. It's got 12,000 miles on, so it's barely done any miles at all. It's just had a belt change, which is really important for these bikes. And it's fairly standard. I mean, obviously, as you can see, it's got a Terminioni exhaust. That is what I wanted. I mean, the standard ones look all right and they sound all right, but this little monster here, it sounds amazing. It looks amazing. It adds that little bit to it. I've always loved 999s. I'm not going to lie. I was one of the sheep that loved the design after the 998. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I've always wanted a 999S, and here we are. I mean, obviously we've got the Olins, we've got a few little Gucci bits and bobs, and forged Marchesini rims. There's a fuel filler cap that's like a racy type, so there's no key, which I will have to change. There's the horrible Pazzo levers. I'm not a massive fan of Pazzo levers. At least they're not the shorty ones. We've got some HID lights, rear sets and other bits and bobs, and obviously there's an aftermarket clutch in there as well. So yeah, I mean, it's not overly modified, it's fairly standard. What I really, really wanted was a 2005 model, the 2005 onwards. They had more power, the reliability issues were sort of ironed out with the electronics. So, but there's no way I could have got one for that sort of money. So we're looking at least 7 grand. So I was lucky enough to get this for 6.2. And if you think about it now, the Panigale, the top of the range Panigale S, today's equivalent of this is £25,000. So I've made a saving of nearly 20 grand. Now somewhere, Chris has got his thing. Surprised it even started.
You might as well go home. There is no better looking bike than this one. This, it's not just any F4. This is a 1078 RR.
312.
312. And do you know what the 312 stands for? That is MV's claimed top speed in kilometres per hour.
I'm not going to hide from the fact that that will absolutely chew the 999 in a straight line.
And in looks and general elegance and class, because quite frankly, this is 10 years old now, over 10 years old, and the design is, what, 95 for the 750, probably something like that. It's still arguably one of the best looking bikes out there. Yeah, thanks, mate. I don't care how it goes around the corner, because this is what you want to open the garage and look at, because it is absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning.
So much you pay for it?
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of a... So our budget originally was 5, wasn't it? We couldn't find anything. And even upping it to 6.
Split it out. How much did you pay for it?
I paid £6,500. And it doesn't come with any MOT, it's literally a trade-in. I managed to get it as a trade-in sort of...
Spares or repairs?
Spares or repairs. And it's got 19,000 miles on it. So let's, you know, but aside from that, it's all right. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
I suppose you didn't push it up here to save it on mileage.
Well, I was going to, actually. Okay, so let's look at what makes this bike better than that. Okay. First of all, and I don't think you can even argue with this, it is much better looking. Not just in my eyes and everything. No, this was always the ugly Ducati, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
It was. This has got a single-sided swing arm. That's what Italian superbikes should have. Brilliant. Again, looks amazing. Yeah. It's got 4 exhaust holes, so you can choose
4 pea shooters.
Yeah, but this is the stock exhaust. This is an investable bike, providing it doesn't blow up. And it already had stupid white lenses like this cheesy thing does, but I put the original ones back in. Okay. Because it's about building something which is going to stand the test of time, and this is going to stand the test of time, looks-wise, maybe not mechanically, but.
I love the fact that you're sort of coming round to the idea that you're not going to have an easy time.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not the comfiest either, I've got to say that. However, it doesn't matter, because you look bloody good.
I've ridden a lot of MVs in my time, and this particular one, I've ridden a fair few, and it's a fantastic bike. They're very agricultural. The engine is rampant. The suspension isn't very good, should we say?
Scaffold poles.
Scaffold poles, yeah. And it's quite, just a little bit, the ancillaries aren't quite there, but as a package, and I agree, to look at it is fairly good looking.
So I've won. Pretty much. And this being the 1078 312 RR, this is the last of the early first generation MVs. The new, like when they went on to the new shape in 2009, 2010, there's been all sorts of issues with those, and they haven't quite lived up to what this bike achieved. And this being the last model, this is the one to buy, if you can find it. I was looking for a red and silver one. I mean, these are rare as rocking horse poo anyway, so couldn't find a red and silver one, but actually, I'm glad I got this colour scheme. The pearl paint on it is absolutely...
It is quite nice.
And it's immaculate. I mean, it looks fantastic. The guy that had it before, he lives up in Scotland. He traded it in for some other Italian thing. And he's already ridden this to the Alps 4 times. Hence, the little Swiss Auto Route sticker here. Nice. So the bike, it's proven. The bike can do it. I just hope he didn't trade it in for any malicious reasons.
So, for this budget bike battle Italia, excuse me while Chris gets all mechaphilia.
Even smells good. And you've got 4 choices at the back.
So for this budget bike battle Italia, we are taking these puppies back to their motherland, back to their factories. We've already spoken to Ducati, we've already spoken to MV Agusta, and we are going back to Varese for the MV, back to Bologna for the Ducati, maybe speak to some of the guys that designed them, built them, and also the plan is to do some track action. We're not too sure where yet.
No.
Kind of depends on
if we get there.
If we get there. If the MV makes it or not, and what tracks are open and blah, blah. We've also got some ideas for Lake Como, Lake Garda perhaps.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's class.
It's class,
and as you can tell, we are...
the epitome of class.
The epitome of class. So, yeah, I think our wardrobe selection is going to be interesting for the route down as well. Yeah. And this is all about looking good, which is why I've won.
This game is all about looking good and going fast. So we look good, we're going fast. It's just a matter of whether the MV makes it there fast enough.
I've got full confidence in my deliciously beautiful motorcycle, and I've wanted one of these for decades. It's sex on legs, wheels.
Should we ride the buggers then?
Let's do it. Let's see how fast that isn't. Oh my God! Ooh.
It does sound good, doesn't it?
I will give you that, it does sound good, yeah.
And check this out.
That just sounds awful. It sounds awful.
It sounds absolutely brilliant, mate.
Look at it, it's beautiful. That's a stock system as well.
It sounds like an Italian sewing machine, mate.
Well, if yours wasn't disguised by the stupid exhaust pipes at the end, so would yours. Two things I like about this bike. One, the mirrors actually turn. Believe me, it does take at least an inch off the girth, which is never a bad thing. And this, if you'd like to come around here, it's my favourite thing. How'd you do it there? You do not see this very often. It's got a boot. Look at that, the whole thing flips up. I just find that super cool.
The Budget Bike Battle! Italia.
Hello, pretty lady.
Okay then, mate, so, I mean, there's just no doubt that is, even on the road, it just looks so fucking sexy. Come on.
Sorry, mate.
You literally bought the ugly duckling.
Well, at least mine will do more than the length of the road while it's crossing.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't have the greatest confidence in the ride ability of it, but I do know that it's super fast. And I'm going to
I was going to say, there's no doubt that in a straight line will absolutely trounce it. But yeah, I mean, as an all-rounder, mate.
Yeah, I mean, someone had to buy one, I suppose. Right then, should we see how much this gets spanked?
Yeah, come on then. Let's see how far that makes it. Come on, my babby.
Right, let's check the starting procedure. I always let the needle go to the top. I don't know why I do, but...
Magnetti Morelli.
I tell you, already I feel like a legend sat on this thing.
Someone call 999 because this shit is fire!
Throttle's a little bit...
Oh,
a little bit MV.
This is smooth as you like. This is like Jorge Lorenzo covered in mantequilla.
It feels dangerous, this, but in a sexy dangerous way, like a bad James Bond.
Oh, I've got no answer for that.
Oh, mate! This is a weapon. Oh my god, and the brakes are good. That's what you get with proper radial M4 calipers. None of that fucking shit on that thing.
Yeah, brakes are good on this. Happy so far. She's not crabbing.
what's this, 11 years old, this bike now. The power is pretty astonishing, I will say. Oh, it sounds nice though. Yeah, the handling, it's kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It feels a bit articulated.
Oh, she feels tight. She feels mean. Ready to outcool that MV.
I can't see any oil coming out of it just yet.
I'll tell you what, mate, what we need to do is a 0 to 60.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll
well,
whip your ass.
well, only because I can't start the thing. Mate, that indicator is disgusting.
That's what?
Your indicator is disgusting. Oh, it's geared so long, I keep thinking I'm in... This is awesome. I just hope it lasts.
Oh, I don't care about the power deficit. I don't care. This is sweet.
No?
This is manageable. All for the mountains. And
Manageable, yeah, because that's why you want to buy a super bike that looks sexy as fuck, because it's manageable. You might as well go and buy a Honda DeVille. There's a hinge in the middle of the bike.
Yeah, that's an F4 for you.
It's really just, there's no confidence in the steering.
And how's the 2-stage suspension working out for you? Oh, he's catching him. He's catching him.
He's got it. But yeah, I mean, I'd buy one of these, as I did, because it's sexy. It makes you feel amazing, and yeah, you're not going to set a fast lap time. I mean, to be honest, an R6 round a track would be faster than this thing, easy. But you've got to be talented to do it. Most people can't ride that fast anyway, so you might as well just look good doing it.
I think, you know, that the MV just typifies your choice in women, isn't it? Like, looks good, but fucking hard work.
Everyone in them bloody mum's got a Ducati.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Power and beauty. That's my philosophy. I mean, this is where this bike definitely suffers, is slow speed. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Whereas the Ducati is absolutely peachy. The throttle connection is just wonderful. It's sublime. Anywhere in the rev range. I mean, I'm in, what, 4th gear now or something? Just pootling along at 3,000.
4th gear? Shut up.
Oh, what is going on?
Mate, basically, we look fucking sexy.
Yeah.
That is what is going on. Oh, yes! I'm digging the pink and red. It doesn't clash at all. You look a bit like an ice volley. Oh, God, you can't even use the rear brake for...
You alright, mate? Do you want a hand?
Oh, my fingers!
What a pair of beauts.
Yeah, well, one of them's beautiful.